Hey everybody, in this video in the Layer 3 MPLS VPN config for the service provider, what we're going to do is we're going to set up the vpnv4 configuration inside of this network. So to do that, we're going to have to go into router 1. Do I still have P2 open? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have to go in and start configuring these, and I'll show you that configuration for the VPN v4. This is for the transportation of these routes that are coming in the VRF that we just created, that are coming in from the customer edge. They have to be transported using communities over this VPN v4 BGP network, and this is how it's going to work. And let's get P1 up, enable. All right. All right, so let's go into, let's do a show run section BGP. So we'll get an idea of what we're looking at. So you can see right here, we are router BGP 64600. So let's go into that. Conft. All right, so for the VPN v4, we're going to go into address family, and let's take a look at what we have. So we want to go into VPN v4. So now we're in the VPN v4 address family on P1, which is right in the center. And what we have to do is we're going to do for each neighbor, so neighbor 172.16.10.2 activate, and then neighbor 172.16.10.2 route reflector client, and then neighbor 172.16.10.2 send community both. All right. So that is our VPN v4. And you can see the neighbors back up. So this is now configured. So let's look at this now. Do show run section BGP. So now you can see we've added this address family VPN v4, and this neighbor is now set up to as activated, sending community both, route reflector client, VPN v4. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to make sure we add all the others. So let's do that. So neighbor 172.16.10.3, and we can probably just go through and let's do this. Let's do 3 activate, and then we'll go to 3 route reflector client, and 3 send community both. All right, perfect. Now let's go to 4 activate, 4 route reflector client, and 4 send community both. We'll check all these, make sure we get them right. All right, and now the last one, 5 activate, 5 route reflector client, and 5 send community both. Okay, so that's the VPN v4 on P1. You can see that right here. Provider 1 now has the configuration. Let's do a do show run section BGP, make sure we hit everything. And here it is. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Looks good. So VPN v4 is enabled on P1. All right, so our next step is to go out to these edge routers, provider edge, and configure those. All right. Same thing. So show run section BGP. So we're just going to go into conft and router BGP 64600. Okay, so we're in there now, and we want to go into address family VPN v4, and unicast is the default. So we'll just go into there. As you can see, VPN v4. And okay, so let's now configure this. So this should be neighbor 172.16.10.1. So we just have to activate it. And then we have to just say send community both. All right, so that's all we have to do for this one because it's connected right to there. All right, so let's now end that. Copy, run, start, show run section BGP. Okay, let's do that. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be router BGP, and we can just copy this part. Yeah, we'll just copy all that, and we'll go on to P3. So enable P3, conft router BGP 64600, and let's paste this in. Okay, and P4, enable conft router BGP 64600, and we'll go into the address family VPN v4. There we go, and it's come back up. Perfect. And now 5, enable conft router BGP 64600. And let's paste that in. All right, so VPN v4 is now configured throughout this service provider network. All right, so that's good. So VPN v4 is complete there. And that's what carries the routes over. So that's what's going to do that. So our next step, now that we have that, I'm going to minimize some of these. Let me minimize this and this. And let's decide here what we want to do as far as connectivity. So I think we'll use this router. This is let's see what's on here. So I think one of the connections is going to be customer 1. We'll call this green customer 1. So we'll connect this into there, into this router on, let's do that. So this is going to be, let's see what it comes up as. So P301 interface for switch E12. Okay. All right, so we're going to configure that to be connected. This will be one of our connections into, there you can see that came up. Enable show interface, show run interface E1/2. So nothing's configured on that. Perfect. Show run. Let's see what we got set up here. So we do, I already configured some eIGRP on here using Autonomous System 50. So that's already set up. So that's what we're gonna basically configure this. So we're saying that eIGRP is running here. Now, obviously in this example, there's not any other router except this one. So we have one router running. So if I do show IP route, really not much going on here. We're just sending, everything's local, everything's static. We have a static route out to the FortiGate firewall right there. Let's see if we can make that a little nicer. Edit style. Let's go with this one. See if this works. Makes it a little bit prettier. Okay, I don't really see it changing. Let's move that down a little bit. Okay. So this customer right there, that's running eIGRP on their router, and we'll do this router also. So this will be the other router that we connect to. So let's connect. So we've got P3 connected to there. Let's connect P4 down to here. All right. All right, so it looks like we don't have any more switch ports for this one, so we're gonna have to add some switch ports. All right, so I'm gonna come back in the next video. I'll add some switch ports to that after we're done this video, and I'll come back and we'll start configuring this and making this work. All right, so I appreciate it. Please subscribe, and thank you.